Hello there and welcome. My name is Pavlos Skarvelis and I'd like to thank you for tuning in. First of all, I'd like to ask you to put your hand up or stand up in participation for the next part. For those standing with your hands up, please lower them if you either commute to work, school, or happen to go to the grocery store on a daily basis. Now that's a lot of you with your hands down, but that's quite expected. Nevertheless, there's approximately 1.2 billion motor vehicles on the road today, and yet that number is set to increase exponentially to 2 billion by the year 2034. That's astonishing. With all those vehicles, of course, comes something deadly, and that's called pollution. But never to fear, because electricity is here. No, we're not going to be shocking all of the people who drive petroleum vehicles. That'll just be cruel. But we might just enlighten them with this presentation. So, I'll be discussing the possible advantages of driving an electric vehicle. Those advantages are as follows. Financial benefits, innovative brilliance through driving electric vehicles, and lastly, the reduction of pollution. So, first of all, money matters, and we all know that. So do companies such as Nissan, Chevrolet, and Tesla, because over the past decades they've been making it easier and easier for average day people to buy products such as electric vehicles. Now, by saying that, the cheapest petroleum burning vehicle till this day is the Nissan Micra, sitting at a price tag of $1 shy of $10,000. Now that is quite cheap for a brand new vehicle. On the opposite spectrum, Mitsubishi 2016 MI-EV happens to be the cheapest electric vehicle. However, is much more expensive than its counterpart, sitting at $23,849. Now, this price is primarily due to the mass production that doesn't happen for electric vehicles. Seeing how petroleum vehicles are driven by the masses, it is cheaper to produce them because they produce more of them. Nevertheless, the Mitsubishi 2016 MI-EV happens to be the cheapest electric vehicle, having a range of 160 kilometers at a full charge, which only takes about 4 hours with a 16 kilowatt battery output. Now, the savings. You'll essentially get $7,500 from the government just for tax deduction for buying this vehicle. Yes, the government giving you money. That's right. Don't check around, it's true. But with that comes no oil changes, which alone saves $30 to $40 every 3 months, totaling $120 each year. And since this is an electric vehicle, clearly you won't be needing any gas. That being said, you'll save close to $1,400 yearly on gas. But if you choose to plug your car in at home and charge it, you'll happen to have $300 in excessive electric bills. Me personally, I drive a hybrid Toyota, so I go to work and plug in my Toyota at my work. So technically it is somewhat wrong, but I get free electricity and free fuel. That being said, I am a mechanic, and whenever I go to work, I rarely see any electric vehicles coming into the shop. That being said, when they do come in the shop, it almost 100% happens to be a battery issue, which is easy to repair, making repair costs even less. So let's see the breakdown. $7,500 for your first year tax income benefit, and then $1,220 each year additional savings due to gas, oil changes, regular maintenance, equaling to $8,720 off your first year of purchasing the Mitsubishi MI-EV, with an additional $1,220 every year. This adds up to be $15,125 for a Mitsubishi MI-EV on the purchase year. And essentially, you could pay off the MI-EV within 12 years. That's a car that pays for itself. Now, before we start the next section, I'd like to play a video by a climatologist by the name of Bill Putman that works for NASA. This video will demonstrate the Earth's temperature throughout thermal vision lenses in 2016. Keep in mind, since then, the world's increased heat has covered more than the southern hemisphere.
Hi, this is Bill Putman. I'm a climate scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. What you're looking at is a supercomputer model of carbon dioxide levels in the Earth's atmosphere. The visualization compresses 1 year of data into a few minutes. Carbon dioxide is the most important greenhouse gas affected by human activity. About half of the carbon dioxide emitted from fossil fuel combustion remains in the atmosphere, while the other half is absorbed by natural land and ocean reservoirs. In the north.
Now, for those who don't know Al Gore's An Inconvenient Truth, let me enlighten you. Petroleum-burning vehicles emit carbon dioxide, which ultimately thins the Earth's atmosphere and is very negative on the Earth. It's easy to see how carbon dioxide emissions from vehicles affect our environment. Sadly, there's a greater danger, and that danger comes by the name of smog. So, a couple things that CO2 does: it contributes to the polar ice caps melting, and then that in turn contributes to water level rises, which also floods cities, which have also been in the news in the past years. And as said, it also creates smog, which we'll go over right now. So, smog. Smog is a pollutant that we breathe, and yes, carbon dioxide from our gas vehicles aids in increasing smog. 5.5 million people die each year prematurely due to respiratory issues caused by air pollution. That can be your son, that can be your daughter, that can be your mother, father, or loved one dying before their time because of our negligence when it comes to our planet. Around 1.545 billion tons of metric CO2 is introduced into the atmosphere yearly, and that's only in the United States. So, petroleum-burning vehicles are very loud and noisy, making them very cool to drive, obviously. However, its counterpart, electric vehicles, produce 4,815 pounds of CO2 per year. Their counterpart, gasoline, 11,435 pounds of CO2 per year. Now, that's almost half just by switching to electric vehicles, which could potentially save lives. Now, electric vehicles aren't savvy or flashy, but innovation can come from them. The first motor vehicle was built between 1885 to 1886, and that was by Mercedes-Benz. Since then, the Ford Model T was built in 1908, sparking the era of mass production. Now, since then, obviously, we've made increasing leaps to produce flashy vehicles as the new 2015 Mercedes-Benz SLS, and the Ford Focus in 2015 as well. So, surprisingly, the highest budget devoted to R&D, research and development, for motor vehicle companies is from Volkswagen, with a mind-blowing $13.5 billion, and they don't even create electric vehicles. So how can you help, you ask? Well, the R&D budget has a relation to how big the budget is compared to how many vehicles that they sell. The more vehicles sold equals to a larger budget for research. I believe that budget research increase by companies that are niches in electric vehicles will further production and increase vehicle likeness of electric vehicles. All you have to do is buy electric vehicles, and before you know it, electric transportation will prosper overall. At the end of the day, driving an electric vehicle is not flashy or classy, but it is conservative. Driving an electric vehicle is thoughtful and caring. Those who make the change and choose to better the future and their children's future. Sure, you won't go as fast or make loud noises as conventional petroleum burning engines do, but you know what you will do? You'll save money, promote technology innovations, and lessen air pollution. By far the most important, though, save our planet. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a fantastic day.